Hi, my name's John Hannam. When my sister Celia and myself were growing up in East Cowes quite a few years ago, home movies were really a great part of our lives, whether we really wanted to star in movies or not. My late father Roy actually started taking home movies from when I was about 6 months old. We didn't really have many mainland holidays. It was mainly on the Isle of Wight, and Dad used to take us on holiday, and also he used to take lots of island scenes and island characters, and thankfully these have been preserved on home movies, and now we're bringing out a short series of videos featuring some of the best of Dad's movies of island life, railways, scenes from the Isle of Wight, and I know he'd be so thrilled that a wider audience can see some of his work, because Dad was a great professional in his home movies, spent hours. He even put soundtracks on, commentaries, which was quite innovative right back in the 60s. So I know Dad somewhere will be enjoying the reruns of some of his great movies. We're very thrilled about it.
Railway history in the Isle of Wight began in 1859, when the first company, the Cowes and Newport Railway, was incorporated. Cowes Station, at the northern end of the 4.5-mile line. It was opened in June 1862. Tank locomotive, one of several brought to the island after 1923, when the Southern Railway took over control. The Adams engines were all built in the 1890s, but are still being used by British Railways. Smithers Lane level crossing near Mill Hill Station, the only remaining manned crossing in the island. Passing the signal box at Newport, once known as Newport North. The other signal box, Newport South, was demolished after a line closure. Train at the up platform at Newport prior to continuing on service to Rye. Newport Station, once the hub of Island Railways, is now little more than a passing station on the line from Cowes to Rye, although offices on the down platform are used as British Railways island headquarters. Over the River Medina. Approaching Smallbrook on the section of double track from Ryde St John. The mileage from Ryde Pier Head to Newport is 10, the line being opened in December 1875. At Hayden Street, the station was rebuilt with an island platform in 1926. This replaced the crossing loop at Ashey and Whippingham Station. operating under a road bridge near the former Whittingham station closed in 1955. Handing over the single-track control tablet at Newport. The train from Ryde continues the service to Cave. The 12.5-mile Ryde-Ventnor line was opened in September 1866. Ryde Pierhead Station was remodeled in 1933. It has 4 platform roads converging into a double line on the half-mile pier. On another double-track section between Brading and Sandang. On single line, approaching Shanklin Station. The station at Shanklin was improved when the Southern Railway took over control of Island Line. One time, it was thought that the Southern Railway intended to double the whole main line from Ryde as far as Wroxall, but this was never carried out. A passing loop was, however, provided at Wroxall. On single line again, near the Wroxall end of St Boniface Down Tunnel. Leaving the 3/4-mile tunnel and entering Ventnor Station, situated at a spot considerably above the level of the Thames, a most awkward situation for a terminus. In former years, chalk was conveyed from a pit near Shide on the old Sandown-Newport line to the cement mills on the Newport-Cowes line. The mills have ceased production. Nowadays, the traffic mainly consists of the transportation of coal from the Medina Wharf near Cowes. Tram maintenance is carried out on Sundays during the winter months, when 2 hourly services are in operation. Work in progress near Brading Station. Attention to points at the Ventnor entrance of St Boniface Dam Tunnel. From Whitson onwards, there is a considerable increase in passenger traffic. The peak periods are in July and August. The derelict Blackwater Station on the Sandown-Newport line opened in 1875 and closed in February 1956. Remains of the former viaduct at Coppins Bridge on the same line. The entrance of the St Lawrence Tunnel, some 600 yards long, on the old Merston-Ventnor West line, closed in September 1952. Towards the end of 1966, British Rail were running their last services with steam trains on the 8-mile section from Ryde Pier to Shankly. Since the closure of the Ryde-Newport Cales line earlier in the year, Ryde St John's Station had lost much of its importance as a point for passengers to change trains. Although no longer a junction with the old Bembridge line, Brading Station still marked the commencement of the double-track section to Sandown. After leaving Sandown, trains ran on single line to Shankly, where the service terminated following the closure of Wroxall and Ventnor stations in April 1966. During the early part of 1967, work was in progress on the electrification of the line. Considerable alterations were carried out at the Ryde Esplanade Tunnel, including the relaying of the track. grading station, alterations were made to the up platform. Ryde Esplanade Station was also the scene of much activity. Mechanised equipment being used to speed up operations. In the spring of 1967, the electric trains made their first journey, using former London Transport rolling stock. At Shanklin, passengers were able to board the train without using the subway, as the up platform was also being used as the down platform. Trains running into Sandown Station continued to use the up and down platforms as in past years. A similar platform procedure has remained in force at Grading Station. From the road bridge near Smallbrook, a good view may be obtained of the new trains running into Ryde. The Hayling Village, one of the old carrier locomotives which ran on the Isle of Wight from 1913 until 1949. It is preserved at Hayling Island after a working life of 87 years. Will one of the Adams tank locomotives occupy a similar position in the Isle of Wight?